Okay. Hello. Nope. There we go. Sorry, they had a admin thing. And we have some challenges this morning that we are totally up to. We did it. All righty. Just so we don't have any kitties coming in. All right. So we are looking at concepts applicable to the seasonal change, the holidays coming in. We've been looking at things like digestion and did we do last week?
Blood sugar.
Blood sugar, yeah, thank you. Blood sugar. What I wanted to do today, is look at, kind of reintroduce something. These are concepts that we use quite often in class. And I think you're like picking up on them just in context, but I want to go over it specifically because it is, I think, one of the most important areas of herbalism in terms of really applying herbs that I think a lot of people don't discuss. This is something that practitioners know and we work with. I teach my students, it's one of the first things in the first month that my apprentices are with me. This is what we look at. And so, so anyway, what I want to talk about is plant energetics. And this is just really fun. We're going to be tasting a lot of things and kind of feeling all of the letters. There we go. Experiencing the chemistry of plants and seeing what their effect is on our body and understanding that relationship between the plant and us through that. This is, although the term energetics can be a little bit challenging for some people because, you know, it means a lot of things to a lot of different people. And oftentimes that kind of concept of energetics is more of a woo-woo kind of spiritual, magical concept. Here we are very specifically talking about the interplay of plant chemistry and tissues, that the body. So called plant energetics in Western herbalism, in Ayurvedic herbalism. This is the doshas. We talk about the doshas, the constitutions that people have, right? The tendencies that your body has towards an experience of those tissues. And so we have, one of the important things that we want to talk about when we're talking about energetics, we have a couple of different areas that we're looking at. We're looking at the effect of the plant, the chemistry of the plant, and how it's working on the body. And that is plant energetics. But how it works on the body, we have our constitutional effects, right? The constitution is how we're built, how we're created. We have these bodies, and my body tends to have a specific pattern that it presents when I'm not necessarily in an imbalanced state. We're not talking about a pathology. We're talking about how my body is built and the tendencies that it has. Those are important concepts to have, to be able to apply. We also have tissue states. This is a different thing. So in the constitution, we're looking at, this is just how my body is built. When we're looking at a tissue state, we're looking very specifically at a part of the body that is out of balance. And we're looking at that tissue, and we are curious as to what we can assess about the qualities and the activity in that tissue by looking at the changes in the tissue state. This is what we're talking about. It's all going to become familiar. It's actually something that you use all the time. These are concepts that you are always engaged in every day. You're using these. You just don't know that you are, and quite often we don't apply them to herbs where we should. All right, so there are three areas of energetics that we look at. We look at the thermal category, the fluid category, and the structural. Can you read those? Yeah, sort of. Oh, there you go. I knew that wasn't gonna last for very long. I'm trying to fix stuff because I forgot the computer. And I'm plugging in my phone and just all sorts of, you know, the usual technology and Julie dance. We can try it. All right, you're just gonna look up my nose. That's okay. All right, so thermal, the energetics of plants, whether they are heating to the body or cooling to the body, right? So when we talk about heat, we're talking about an increase in metabolic activity. We're talking about an increase in vitality. Warmth is movement, it's energy, it's fire. It's upward movement. It's movement instead of calm, right? So when we're talking about something being warming, we're talking about something that is increasing that vital response, increasing activity, right? And so we use things that are warming when the tissue state, when we're looking at tissue in the body and we're saying, wow, that tissue looks really cold. It is under, it is hypofunctioning, right? It's cooler than generally we would expect it to be. We want warmth, we want vitality, we want movement, we want activity in that area. And that can be something that we're applying to the skin if we have cold hands and feet. We can put warming things on our hands and feet. If we have stagnant digestion, we can use warming herbs in our digestion. If we're feeling just kind of foggy and cloudy, we can use warming, stimulating herbs for our brain. So this concept of warming can be applied to any organ system, any tissue, any, also any constitution, right? You might have a constitution that tends to be kind of colder, more languid, more calm, and not that we're calling that a pathology, because it's not. If that's how your body works and you are happy with that, that's wonderful. But generally those type of bodies that do have that tendency towards more cold, they're gonna want those warming herbs more. They're going to feel better when they have that warmth, that vitality. It's going to nourish them in a way that cooling herbs are not. And they may not even be able to identify it, right? They may not even be able to say the language. It's just, I don't feel as good when I have this herb versus when I have this herb. Renee, I wish you could be here too. Yes, always I wish you could be here. So, does that make sense? So when we have things that are warming, what are, give me an example of something that is warming. Ginger. Cinnamon. Classic. Ginger and cinnamon. Clove, yeah. Hot and spicy. Yeah. So yes,